everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. We're diving into some seriously thought-provoking stuff today, stuff that really makes you question what you thought you knew.
Yeah, this is one of those rabbit holes that just keeps going deeper the more you look into it.
For sure. So our listeners this time pointed us toward the work of Mario Arndt, who's basically taking a magnifying glass to historical timelines. And basically our mission for this deep dive is to explore Arndt's big idea. He's saying that some of the fundamental ways we track history, these big historical chronologies, well, they weren't just things that naturally evolved. He thinks they were deliberate constructions, like systems someone put together.
Yeah, and the evidence he points to is really fascinating. He's found all these surprising numerical relationships between different calendars and eras.
Like so precise that they make you wonder if it's more than just coincidence?
Exactly.
Okay, so Arndt starts off by looking at the year 1529. Now, on the surface, that just seems like a random year, right?
Right.
But when you look at it in relation to the Jewish calendar, things get interesting.
Yeah, you see, the Jewish years 5289 and 5290 correspond to that same year, 1529, in the Christian calendar. At first glance, that's just, a normal calendar conversion.
Right, nothing unusual. But Arndt starts digging into the numbers themselves, and, well, that's where it gets kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah, so he points out that 5029 can be expressed as 529 plus 1,000. And 5290, well, that's simply 529 times 10.
So you're already seeing that number, 529, popping up in both calendars. Right away, you got to wonder, is that just random chance? Or is there a system at work here?
Yeah, it definitely makes you question those assumptions about how these calendars developed independently.
And Arndt takes it even further. He shows that if you subtract 5290 from 1529, you get -3761.
And that number should ring a bell for anyone familiar with the Jewish calendar. It traditionally starts in 3761 BCE.
It's like, bam, right there in the math. You can't ignore that connection.
No, and it's not just about the subtraction itself. Arndt then shows you how you can actually arrive at that starting year, 3761, using that same number, 529.
Wait, really?
Yeah. He does this calculation. 9 times 529 minus 1,000 equals 3761.
Wow, okay, so that's a pretty clear link between these two seemingly separate calendars, and it all hinges on that number, 529.
Exactly. And for Arndt, this is like a clue. It suggests that there might be a deliberate system underlying these timelines.
It's not just a random overlap.
Right.
So then Arndt decides to widen the scope, right? He wants to see if this pattern holds up when you look at other major historical eras.
Yeah, he looks at the foundational timelines that have shaped how we understand history across different cultures and regions.
So he lists out 7 prominent ones. The Byzantine era, which starts in 5508 BCE.
Then there's the Jewish era, starting in 3761 BCE, which we've already talked about.
Right. Then you've got the founding of Rome in 753 BCE.
The Olympic era, which kicks off in 776 BCE with the first Olympiad.
The Seleucid era, starting in 311 BCE, with Seleucus coming to power.
The Diocletian era, starting in 285 CE, marking Diocletian's rise.
And, of course, the Hejra in 622 CE, the beginning of the Islamic calendar.
And you know what? When you put all those starting dates together, Arndt finds what he calls a, quote, wondrous alignment.
Okay, I'm officially intrigued. What's the alignment?
Well, if you add up all those starting years, except for the Byzantine era, and then subtract 1,000, you end up with, guess what, 5508 BCE.
No way. That's the exact start of the Byzantine.
Right, exactly. 776 plus 753 plus 622 plus 311 plus 285 plus 3761 minus 1,000 equals 5508.
That's way too precise to be just chance.